Excellent. Well, first and foremost, I appreciate Lloyd and James and Donna and all the leadership there. And it's an honor to be on. It's 8:23 in the morning here on the East Coast. So you guys are having Friday leadership. And I know you're doing an advanced customer training, which is going to be incredible. And am I correct that today has been opened up for QTT and above? Am I correct on that? Yes, absolutely. Well, here's really what I wanted to share with you this morning or this evening. Sorry, is I'm just making sure you're lighting. Can you guys see me? Okay.
Yeah, I can see.
Okay, great. So, really, what I wanted to talk to you about is just kind of the fundamentals of the system. Talk to you a little bit about some things you can do to take your business to the next level. And with ACN, I know you guys noticed the bonus that they put on the table for the month of July. It's a total shift in everything in ACN because it's allowing the new person to make a lot of money in the beginning of their business. And one thing, when I started back in 2009, they had some bonuses out there where you could help a new person make $1,000, $2,000, maybe $3,000 in their first 30 days. And because of that, the people who did that, they're all still with me today. They're team coordinators or regional directors or regional vice president. And the reason I tell you that is because in ACN, your goal is to help the new individual as much as you can. Because in the beginning, they're vulnerable, right? Some of you guys may be new. You may still have voices, you may still have, is this going to work? What do I do? That kind of thing. And the leaders in the room, that's where you need to wrap your arms around the new person and get them integrated into the system as fast as possible. See, this is just like making a cake. If you were to bake a cake and you leave out the eggs or you leave out the flour, you don't have a cake. Right? It doesn't matter that you have everything else. If you leave out one or two ingredients, your cake will fall. So today I'm going to share with you the fundamentals of the system. I'm going to keep it super simple, and then I'm going to give you some specific instructions. First and foremost, the most important aspect to our business, everything revolves around qualification. That's the first thing I want you to write down. Qualification with an exclamation point. Okay? Now, the faster you get someone qualified when they get started, the faster their business will take off and the faster they will have belief in ACN working for them and their family. So my advice when you get someone started is get them qualified within their first 48 hours. If they can just get a couple of customers in their home or whatever, and they come to their first Saturday meeting and they're not qualified, what we do in Charlotte is we have what's called qualification stations. So write that down, qualification stations. That's a table at the back of the Saturday training or outside of the Saturday meeting where the minute the meeting's over, we take that brand new person and we sit down at a laptop computer and we help them get their services right then. See, the sooner you do it, the better. So the first thing I want you to write down is qualifications and helping the new person not to fall into procrastination. See, how many have experienced procrastination, right? How many have experienced signing a new person up and they procrastinate? Well, procrastination is the thief of opportunity, right? So if you allow that to happen as a leader, then you are allowing that person to fail ACN. So get them qualified immediately. The second piece of our system, the first piece is qualifications. The second piece is the PBR, is becoming fanatical about the PBR, doing the PBR the right way. Okay, you want to get a PBR out of the new person as fast as humanly possible. Literally, in their first 4 or 5 days, you want to make sure you're in front of their warm market. So that's the key. So number one is getting people qualified. Number two is the PBR. Now, you can also get them customers at their PBR. See, their home meeting or PBR is designed for two things. Number one, to convert the yes into an IBO. Your goal is to get them people, move them toward ETT and ETL. But the second piece is to take the no's and convert them into customers because you want that person qualified as soon as possible. The third piece of the system is the Saturday meeting. the Saturday training. The Saturday training is key because it's where about 80 to 90% of people get started in ACN. Most people don't necessarily get started at the home presentation. Some do. Like the people who are business owners or sharks or like, me, I was signing up before the presentation was over. I was writing as fast as I could write because I wanted to be the first one in. But not everybody thinks that way. A lot of people have to research, right? They got to check with their spouse, whatever, and then they come to training and get started. So the Saturday meeting is the third piece of that puzzle. The fourth ingredient is the ETT and above leadership class. You see, I teach everybody and my leaders here in the U.S. that the money begins at team coordinator, right? Right, the money begins at team coordinator. Can you agree with that, Lloyd and James and Gail?
Yes, sir.
Right. The money begins at team coordinator. What you make at ETT and ETL, they're paying you to learn, right? You're earning as you learn. But as a team coordinator, you can make significant income. So the ETT and above class is the leadership system that propels you to team coordinator. So that whole purpose, that ETT and above class, is to teach you how to become a team coordinator. The fifth ingredient to our system is the advanced customer training. The advanced customer training that you're going to have this evening. This is where you help someone who's new start moving toward their 60 customer points. Now, you want to get them building structure in their organization first. Meaning out of the PBR, structure means new business owners, new IBOs, building out their team, creating leverage and helping them move toward their quick start bonuses. But the advanced customer training comes in the back end to help that person wrap up their 75 customer points to get that 10% residual and 7 levels, right? So that's the fifth piece, is the advanced customer training. Number 6, and this is the most important thing. I want you to put 2 asterisks and I want you to underline it and put an exclamation point. Okay? Regional and international events. You guys have coming up very, very soon in the next couple of weeks. You've got coming up the co-founder tour with Mike Kupas. I mean, we're talking about one of the biggest events. I was texting with Mr. Kupas last night, and guys, that's going to be on July the 25th. And you sorry, Lloyd keeps texting me, so I'm smiling at him. I can see the half of his head and everybody else's head. So we're having some fun this morning or this evening. So, but hear me, the co-founder tour, the Mike Kupas tour. Do you know how long it's been since the co-founder of ACN has been to Perth? It's been a long time. It's been since before I was in ACN. So understand, you guys have what I believe is the biggest event ever in the history of Perth in ACN coming up July the 25th. Not only do you want to be there, of course, right? You're leaders, you're all registered, I'm sure. But the question is, how many people are you going to bring? How many people are you going to bring in 3 lines of business? Think about that. In order to be a team coordinator, for the most part, how many lines of business do you have to have? 3, right? So you want to make sure you have 3 lines of business at the Mike Kupas co-founder tour on July the 25th. Guys, that's going to be absolutely incredible. It's going to be, I'm just telling you, what ACN's about to unleash on Asia Pacific is unlike anything we've ever seen in this business before. So the 6th piece of this puzzle is the regional and international events. The co-founder tour is going to lead into the Brisbane International event, which, I mean, guys, this is going to be unbelievable. The fact that you guys have the president of ACN, the co-founder of ACN, Mr. Greg Provenzano, coming to Australia. I mean, can you guys see the engine starting to turn? Can you see all the things coming together for the perfect storm for Australia and New Zealand, with Mr. Kupas coming to Perth on July 25th, and then fast forward in September, Mr. Greg Provenzano, the president and co-founder of ACN, coming to Brisbane. This is an opportunity over the next handful of months, 70 or 80 days, for you to literally explode your business, right? And so let's bring it all together. And let me ask you a question. Why are you doing ACN? What's your reason? Do you really know what that is? I'm reading a book. Let's see if I can grab it here. I'm reading a book that I just got called Relentless Success. And if you don't have it, I would get it. Relentless Success. It's by Todd Stottlemyre. Todd was a professional baseball player here in the States, 3-time World Series champ. His dad was a historic gentleman in American history. He was Mel Stottlemyre, who pitched for the Yankees and won 5 World Series. And it's America's pastime. And these guys are some of the greatest ever. Well, Todd happens to be a platinum regional vice president in ACN. And he's just finished this book, and I'm about a third of the way through it, and I'm just so blown away by it. But he spends so much time talking about his why. He said when he would focus his efforts, he doesn't look anywhere else but his total focus. And the reason he's so focused is his why propels him. And see, a lot of times in ACN in the beginning, you don't fully understand how big it is. So a lot of times we make our why, well, I just want to make some extra money. Or, wow, I'd just love to, pay off some bills, or I'd love to pay some debt off. No, let your why be so big that you wake up earlier, you go to bed later, you work harder, you talk to more people, you get more people to the co-founder event, you get more people to Brisbane, right? You do whatever's necessary to propel your business. So the question I ask you tonight is, why are you doing ACN? And that's what I want you to write down. I want you to put it on your bathroom mirror. I want you to see that as your first thing every single day when you wake up. And then the last piece here, so we've got qualifications, we got PBRs, Saturday meeting, ETT class, advanced customer training, and the co-founder tour. These are the ingredients for you becoming an RVP and SVP in ACN. But the last thing I want to bring to you today is I want to bring some focus in on the quick start bonus. Guys, the quick start bonus this month, as you guys know, is the best I've ever seen. I mean, up to $2,000 in the pocket of a brand new person. You see, that's not hard to do. Can we agree? People will fill their living room with people for $2,000. They won't necessarily fill their living room for people or work as hard for $30 or for $500, right? But they will fill their living room if they know that it's possible for them to make a couple of $1,000s in the first 30 days. And it absolutely is. So here's my advice to each of you as leaders. Make this business about the new person. Don't look at what it means for you when they sign up. Don't look at it as what it means for you in bonus money when they sign up. Look at what it means for them. Look at what it means if you help them make $2,000. Zig Ziglar said, to get what you want, you simply have to help enough people get what they want. And the way you build an army in ACN is you make it about the other person. You help them win. And my advice to every single one of you in this room, go find a project. Go find someone that you can help make that $2,000 bonus in the next 30 days. Roll all of them into the Mike Kupas event on July 25th. And then from there, you'll have 3 lines of people into Brisbane. And I'm telling you, coming into the fourth quarter of 2017, every single one of you in this room, if you decide today, and I mean this with everything in me, every single one of you in this room, if you decide today, can be a team coordinator in 2017. But you have to sell out to your why you're doing it. And then you have to have the 6 pieces of the system, the 6 ingredients, and you have to become fanatical about those. And you have to help the new person win as fast as you can. And you have to get everybody to the events. If you'll do that, I'm telling you, this can be the team coordinator and above training for Western Australia. So with that said, listen, you guys, you know it, but I'm going to repeat it. You have some of the greatest leaders in the world, and our entire team globally. Mr. James Kaiwa and Donna Proctor and Lloyd Rogerson are always in the top 5 team coordinators in our team globally. Right now, top 10 in all of Australia. And you guys have them there every single week pouring into you. Do not take that for granted. I remember working with Senior Vice President Mike Mazer, and I remember one day he called me and he said, "Hey, I'm moving." And I went, "What do you mean you're moving?" I started panicking. I said, "When are you moving?" He said, "This afternoon." And I'm like, what do you mean you're moving this afternoon? He said, yep, I'm moving to New York. And all of a sudden, in one day, my leader was gone. And why do I tell you that? Don't take advantage. Don't take for granted what you have in front of you. You have two, actually three, four of the top people in the world of ACN. They're teaching you and training you. I would do everything in my power to put as many people in front of them. I would make sure their tongue is hanging out at night when they go to bed because you worked them that hard, right? Because they're there to help you win. So with that said, Lloyd, thanks for getting me on. I hope this was helpful for everybody. You guys go crush the advanced training, customer training, and look forward to talking to you again soon.